much, isn't it? The literal night before the wedding, like what? Happy summer. It's not officially summer yet, but it feels like summer. I'm already feeling the effects of summer. So happy summer. I am refusing this year to hate summer. It doesn't have to be the grandest time ever, but I just want to be okay. Yesterday, I was so dehydrated. I went out by the pool and I was doing good. I love being out by the pool, but then I got so dehydrated that I had a headache and I just felt like my world was being rocked. It was bad. So we're staying hydrated as well. I mean, not with this coffee, but throughout the day. And I really feel like I should get some electrolytes or something. But yeah, happy summer. And I really want to start reading something summery. I've been reading The Sisters for a couple days now, and it's a really long book. I've read 400 pages, like 440 something to be exact. And I still have like 200 left. It's the thing about a long book. I love being in the world, but it's like, I kind of want to step out of it for a second and be in something summery and fun. I'm gonna go to the pool. It's probably gonna rain today, storm, be cloudy, I don't know, but it's still like 90 degrees, so I'm gonna go to the pool and enjoy that. It's the only way I can enjoy that. Ignore the water stains on my shirt. I'm too lazy to change it. Anyway, as I said, The Sisters, 442 pages down. Still got like 200 to go. And I'm liking this, but yeah, I want to start something summery and a romance. And I have been seeing so many people read this. I've been seeing mixed reviews though. I think some people have not been loving it, but I've been seeing a lot of people love it. And honestly, I get more curious about a book when there's mixed reviews rather than when everyone's loving it, because I do get curious about the ones that everyone's loving, but I get scared that I'm gonna be like the only person that's not gonna like it, or like I'm gonna hype it up too much in my head because everyone loves it. And so when a book has mixed reviews, I actually prefer that. And I'm more excited to see which side I'm gonna fall on. But yeah, I can imagine why people don't love this. What I know about it so far is that this woman is about to get married, but her fiance leaves her the night before, and then she goes on the honeymoon with her best friend. But I think her and her best friend have had like a rocky relationship, and so they're going to like figure that out, but they're gonna end up falling in love and whatnot. And I can't imagine like you're literally so close to getting married and then you're gonna be in love with someone else. So I can imagine that isn't everyone's favorite thing, but I'm curious to see how it goes. Obviously they have history, so I think it's not that shocking that she would be in love with him. But the part about the fiance, curious about that, like why were you gonna marry that other person? So yeah, I think I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna go by the pool until it starts raining and I can't lay out there anymore. I also do kind of want to go swimming. So let's go have a pool day. I have a Instacart order coming, so I came back. Also, it started thundering. It did start raining, which I don't mind, I actually just put my things under the shelter and I went back to go swimming because it's all water anyway. And it wasn't like heavy, it was light rain. Every time I go swimming, I'm like, this is such a healing experience, and I always forget how healing it is to just be underwater. Like maybe this is the answer. Start my mornings with a swim and the rest of the day might be good. Maybe, who knows? I'll try that. But it also just wasn't unbearably hot today. The weather was great. I spent like the whole of March not going swimming. Like the weather was good for it since March, and I didn't really start swimming until beginning of May, maybe end of April, because of insecurities, like body insecurities, and it's just like literally no one cares. No one cares. Everyone's minding their business. And I think about the fact that I have never once looked at anyone when I am at a pool, at the beach, or anything. So like, why would someone be looking at me? You know, like, I don't know, I've just been feeling uncomfortable in my body, and it's just like, who cares? You know? So I'm getting over that. Actually, I feel like I'm over it. It's just a reminder that maybe being underwater is all I need. One of the reasons that I don't really like reading at the pool or the beach is because I cannot do it without getting my book wet. It looks fine, but the whole back of this got wet, and I was like, oh, I just always forget. Anyway, I really like this so far. There are some references to Little Women, which I read and watched recently, and I just absolutely adore it. And she is getting married, as I said. Well, she's meant to be getting married to this older man who is a professor, and he's more serious. And she's like, yeah, I need a grown-up relationship. I'm ready to grow up. I want to be with someone grown up as well. And then she's like comparing it to how she watched Lori and Joe, and she was like, I never understood why Joe refused Lori at first, and I used to get upset with it, me. And then she said she felt like she got it as she got older, and so now she thinks this is where she's meant to be, but clearly that's not how it's gonna end up. Clearly George, the male main character, is her Lori, her best friend that she grew up with, that she's gonna end up with by the end of this book. And Nate is the one that she's meant to be marrying, the professor. I feel like this is for the girls who wanted Lori and Joe to end up together, but you know, you just accept that that's not how it ended up, but there's still a part of you that's like, but what if? We have this book. I love when books that aren't fantasy have maps. I think it's so cool and so much fun. I feel like every time I read a new Carly Fortune book, and I've read all of them so far, I learn about a different part of Canada. I think some of the areas have been fictional, but they're like inspired by real places, which is really fun. I just like learn about new coastal areas of Canada. Last thing I wanted to say about this, the tattooed names. George and Frankie, the tattooed names, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for my Instacart order so that I don't miss him, and then I'm gonna shower. But you know what I want to do tonight? Watch Call Me by Your Name. It's on HBO Max right now, and it's like leaving May 31st, which is ridiculous because that's the best summer movie ever. And it's leaving before summer even officially starts. Like, what is wrong with HBO Max? But anyway, I'm gonna catch it before it leaves, and that will be a perfect introduction to summer for me. I'll be watching that tonight. I love that movie so much. I love the setting of it. It's so perfectly summer. So maybe this is all I need for real. A morning swim and the day doesn't seem so awful. One of the reasons that I do Instacart sometimes randomly is because Publix always has good BOGO, but online on Instacart it's so much more of a variety. Like there's always a couple things that's BOGO in store, which is really good. I always get some good savings in store, but online it just never beats it, because I would do my full grocery shopping, and with the delivery fee, and we all know Instacart puts up the prices for some things, and then also with leaving a tip, it still ends up being cheaper than going in person because of how many BOGOs they have. And it's raining, so I didn't have to go in the rain. All of the bags are like wrecked because it's raining so bad. I was entertaining the thought of going back to the pool, but like, it's enough. I just had a random alarm go off that I don't even know what it's for. I do that to myself sometimes. I have random alarms and I'm just like, what was this for again? I don't know. I kind of hate that this sourdough isn't sliced. It didn't say it was sliced online, but I'm pretty sure they do have sliced ones. And I could have the option to get the sliced one if I did go, but you win some, you lose some. It's so good here though. Like I see everyone making sourdough, and the thought of that, I'm intrigued. I kind of want to try it. It looks very rewarding. I love a hobby where you get to eat it after, like baking, any sort of baking, and like bread making, obviously one of those hobbies. But it looks like so much work. And I've just seen so many failures. I'm just like, if I don't actually get to eat something after all that work, it just feels like something that would make me crash out. So I get this instead. Today, an old woman at the pool asked me what the pleasing on my bag meant, and it is just Harry Styles' brand that used to only sell like nail polish and some skin stuff, and obviously all of the apparel. And now he sells sex toys and lubricants and stuff like that, which I support. I support it. But if that poor old woman goes home and researches this brand, the name really does suit what he's selling now way more. And I feel like low-key, we all knew it was gonna come to this. He just had to ease his way into it. Anyway, hope she doesn't look that up. Hope I haven't scarred her. That was the first time doing my morning ritual in like 5 days, because if you watch my last video, I was waking up at 5 a.m. to see if it would allow me to read more. That was an interesting experiment. But anyway, this is the first time since then I've like truly done my full morning routine, where I put on my playlist, my wake up playlist, and I cook for myself. And that is like my hyper fixation breakfast right now. It's just so simple and so good. I'm about 100 pages into Our Perfect Storm now, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I feel like Carly Forgy just, her writing, I really love it. It gets me every time. Even the times when I don't like the plot, I'm not appreciating her plots, the writing just hits for me immediately. When I started it, I was already like smiling, and this book has past chapters because it's friends to lovers, and a lot of the times when they're adults now, we get chapters from them in the past and how they became friends, and we are getting that. I have definitely had complaints in the past about how people do past and present chapters. Sometimes I just feel like it's not done well. I really love how it's being done here. I'm not being taken out of the story. I don't know, she's just doing it so well. The writing so far is so good. The only thing that's pissing me off, which doesn't really matter because he's not the main character, the husband that not the husband, the fiance that she was meant to marry that left her, he didn't even give her a reason in the note. Like, he got up and he left, and then they met up once and he was just like, yeah, you can still go on the honeymoon and whatever. And he looked distressed and he was like, I can't marry you, whatever. But he still didn't give her a reason, and that's like annoying me. I know it's probably for the plot of the book, like we'll get it at the end and we'll figure out why he did that, but you guys met up. Why would you meet up if you weren't willing to tell her why you couldn't marry her, why you left her the night before, the literal night before the wedding? Like, what? But he's not the main character, so I guess it really doesn't matter that much. I'm definitely gonna continue reading this today. I don't know if I'll switch out and go back to reading The Sisters, but I'm just really loving this so much. I can't not read it, so. I was listening to Ariana Grande's new song when I was going to go get the espresso, go on a walk. I've listened to it on repeat for a little bit and I love it, and I'm really happy about that. My expectations were kind of in the gutter after her last album. I just didn't vibe with that at all. What was it called? Eternal Sunshine. Didn't love it. The feeling when an artist you usually really like just comes out with a whole album and you don't even like a single song on it, or you just don't like most of it. My go-tos, it's heartbreaking. The same thing with The Life of a Showgirl. Don't really love that. I think I like 2 songs on that whole album. So music has just been weird lately. But I love this new song that she came out with, and hopefully that means I'll love the album too. It got me more excited for the album because I had no expectations. But now I'm excited for it. This got so good when I was in the gym, so I'm gonna take it back out to the pool with me. It just got so good. I feel like we finally reached the climax of the story, like 500 pages in. There's a part of it that I won't tell you because that'll be a spoiler. It's very obvious throughout the story, and I just wish we got there sooner so that I can get more reactions to it and I could see more of everyone like dealing with this thing. But a part of it that's in the description is that one of the sisters does go missing in New York, and we finally got there. And so it's getting good. It's getting good. I'm gonna continue to read this. I'm reading 2 good books at the same time. That usually doesn't happen. Usually when I pick up another book, it's because I'm not enjoying the first one, or it's just like I'm not in the mood for it, but I'm actually really enjoying both of my books. Rare. But love this for me. So I finished The Sisters last night before bed, and I just needed to talk about how the sisters have this great grandfather that allegedly contributed to building Rockefeller Center. There was a moment where they were up there and they were looking at the tourists, and they were thinking about how the tourists aren't gonna think about the people who contributed to this building. And they listed out, this book like lists out all the names of the people who helped to build Rockefeller Center. It's not real, by the way, it's autofiction, so this part of it isn't accurate, but it was just to make a point that, yeah, people are gonna go see it, take their pictures, and they're not gonna appreciate all the people who built it. And it's just like, all right, you could have made the point without literally 2 pages of people's names. I was just like, that's a bit much, isn't it? Anyway, it's just one random thing that I wanted to say about the book. There was a part of the book where the eldest daughter, Ina, she was describing how she feels with her friends. She's in a trio, and basically in that trio there's a duo, and so she talks about how she feels when it comes to that, but also she feels a little bit distant, and she feels like they can't 100% completely understand her because both of her friends are white and she's brown. That like leads her to go into this monologue about racism and how she feels like she's going crazy. She's lived in that country for 45 years and she feels like she can't even tell what's racist anymore and what isn't, because she just feels like she's going insane, which obviously is a part of racism. You just feel so gaslit sometimes. Like, is this normal for you to act this way? And honestly, I understand that. Like, I felt that growing up in a country where I wasn't the minority, and then moving here, and then 7 years, I feel like I'm already feeling that and going crazy. So I can't imagine 45 years. Maybe I should get out before I get to that point. I overall really liked this book. I will say that I don't think it needed to be 638 pages. I do think the point could have come across with maybe 400 pages. I was really enjoying it, but also the ending felt kind of underwhelming. It's like everything that we got in the description, for example, we knew that the eldest daughter, Ina, was going to be betrayed by her husband. That was in the description, and so I was kind of like waiting for that, but nothing was a mystery. It kind of just led up to it in a way that we all saw it coming. Like, Ina was the only person that didn't see it coming. And so none of that was like really shocking. And there was also not really much of a fallout. It was just like, they tell you what it is, and yeah, that's it, we move on. We kind of didn't stay on that like at all, but it's fine because we also just saw it coming. And then also the part about one of the sisters disappearing in New York. She didn't disappear in New York, she just stayed there. They went to visit New York and she stayed there. There's literally a part where she's talking to people at a dinner party and they're asking her about it, and she's like, yeah, I just stayed. Like, that's all it is. She didn't disappear in New York. It made it seem like it was this grand mystery. And what happened to her? Did she die? No, she just stayed in New York. A lot of people do that, actually. It's not really that. Honestly, I was really enjoying this book throughout reading it, and there were lots of quotes that I love in here. There was lots of things that I could relate to for each of the sisters and just their entire dynamic. I loved it. And there are even these pages that I have dog-eared when I didn't have a pen. I'm gonna go back in and underline some stuff. So I really liked it. I liked the writing. I thought that it like really held my attention. It's just that the ending was quite underwhelming. That's a little bit disappointing, to like be really enjoying it and going through 638 pages just for an ending that feels flat. I honestly kind of felt like this was going to be a 5-star read, but towards the end is where I was like bringing it down and down more. And so I think I'm rating this 4 stars. Also kind of wish something more happened in the end, but it is what it is. I also really liked the way that it's autofiction, and the author of this book is also in the book, and he's a writer in the book, and inside this book he's writing a story about these 3 sisters, and it's just this, I don't know, it's a great little mind thing, because I obviously don't know which part of this is real and which part of these experiences the author actually went through and which part of it he's making up. I have no idea. And I kind of love that. I feel like the entire time I was reading, I was like, did this part actually happen? But yeah, overall, good book, and I'm gonna get back to Our Perfect Storm, which I'm so excited to get back to because I'm just enjoying that book so much. You know what I'm realizing about summer as a season? I don't know how to get cozy in the summer, because that's what I love the most about other seasons. I love getting cozy. How do you get cozy in the summer? What are cozy activities? It's so sticky. It feels like cozy is a literal antonym for summer. Anyways, if you have any ideas of how to get cozy in the summer, please comment down below, or like, what do you do? But I'm still having a great start to the summer. Summer hasn't even officially started, but I kind of am thinking about fall. I'm like, this is cute. Fall though. I'm gonna try my best to enjoy it. I'm loving it so far. I'm gonna try to keep this high. It just feels like everything I do takes extra effort. Like, it's just everything I'm accustomed to doing just feels so much heavier, I guess. I don't know, but we're all good. Summer's going good so far. A portion of summer will be fun when I'm spending it with my sister. I think that'll be fun, and I'm excited for that. That's actually very soon, because where has the time gone? This year has just flew by, and it's kind of terrifying. Like, it's almost June right now when I'm filming this. I'm probably going to upload this in June. It's insane. Anyway, I was just replying to some comments on YouTube, and my comments are randomly disappearing, and I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, if I don't reply to a comment, it's because they're disappearing on me. Literally, as I was midway typing to respond to one, it said error loading, and then I refreshed, and the comment was just not on the video anymore. Like, even if you go on the video, you see the total number of comments. That's different to when you scroll and see the actual comments. Like, it would say 22 comments, but then you scroll and you only see like 6 of them. So if I don't reply, that's why. To the person that I was literally about to talk to, I am so sorry. Your comment disappeared. I don't know what is going on. And also, someone asked me about, because when I read the correspondence, I was talking about how I want to write letters to people and I don't know anyone's address, and like, it would be fun. And I think someone mentioned wanting to do that as well, but I mean, I probably shouldn't give my address to people on the internet randomly. Like, that feels a little bit unsafe. But one of the things that Sybil did a lot in that book is emailing, and I know it's not the same, it's still digital, but it's still like longer form, and it's still slower than obviously a text or a comment on social media. And so my email is always in my description if anyone wants to send me an email. I know it's not the same, but it's still one step closer to longer form of speaking and not just a comment on social media. So if you want to send me an email, go ahead. I will read anything you want to send me, and I will respond. Anything you want to say. Tell me all of your deep, dark secrets. No, I'm kidding. You can literally say anything. I'm kind of cold today, which is crazy. It's June. Today's the first day of June, which is also crazy. I can't believe time is going by so fast. Where has 2026 gone? Anyway, I'm sure you've heard that a million times, but seriously though, I finished Our Perfect Storm and 5 stars. Pretty much from the beginning, I knew this was feeling like 5 stars, and when that happens, it's usually like, it starts out at 5 stars, and if something happens, it goes down a little bit, and then it goes down some more, and it goes down some more. This just never stopped feeling like 5 stars. Like, no notes. Absolutely no notes. This is a book for the girls who love Little Women and the whales. But very specifically, back to Little Women for a second there. Oh, I am so glad that I read that very recently, actually. Was it last month? Yeah, it was last month. Rated it 5 stars. Love it. I actually mentioned that it was my favorite classic that I've read so far. Not that I've read that many, but it's my favorite one so far. I do feel like you can enjoy this without knowing all of the references, but still, I'm so glad that I knew them and I got them, and being able to like put the pieces together, it just makes so much sense. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in any of my other updates, but I just love the way that Carly Fortune writes about summer. She just has the best descriptions of the atmosphere, but also there's so many activities involved in One Golden Summer. I feel like they were doing so many summer activities, which was just, it's just so peak in a book. I don't know why. I feel like Annabelle Monaghan did it in Summer Romance as well, and I loved it there. Loved it in One Golden Summer, and here they were doing different things because they were on this trip, and he was trying to get her to like get over this other guy who left her the night before her wedding, and they went surfing and just a bunch of different things. It makes it perfect to describe the summer atmosphere, but also just makes it so much fun. And I love summer books like this. Speaking of the man that she was supposed to marry, his name's Nate. Loki's somewhere in the middle of the book. I forgot he ever existed. Like, I just thought they were on a fun little trip, best friends. Kind of forgot they were there because that was meant to be her honeymoon. Just forgot he existed. I'm sorry. Kind of don't care. They were meant to be. I am not the biggest fan of Friends to Lovers. Sometimes it feels boring. This was not boring at all. And I don't know, I just feel like enemies to lovers or rivals to lovers or like marriage of convenience, those kind of things just are so much more exciting for fiction, because Friends to Lovers, I feel like, is something you should be doing in real life. Everyone should be friends first and then become lovers, just for the sake of getting to know each other. But in this book, I think it's childhood friends specifically as well. They just know so much about each other and have so much history and have such great memories. So it's just like, how can you not? How can you not root for them? I think I officially trust Carly Fortune now. Low-key, every time she has a book coming out, I'm like, I need to read it, but I also don't even know if I'm gonna like it. She has 5 books out, and I like 3 out of the 5. So this is a win for me. I feel like I trust her now. The first one, Every Summer After, really loved that. I think I gave that 5 stars, but that one for me was more so, it was like the timing of when I read it. I read it on vacation and I was just really happy, and it was like a timing thing. I kind of feel like if I did reread that, it wouldn't be 5 stars, and maybe like a 4 something, but I'm not gonna reread it. I'm just gonna let it be. And then One Golden Summer was 4.5, and now this is 5 stars. So I officially trust Carly Fortune. The thing about it too is, even the books that I didn't love for her, I always said like, I love this writing. This plot, not working for me, but I love this writing. Speaking of Carly Fortune and her other books, so Every Summer After is becoming a TV show, but they're calling it Every Year After, because they're also going to include One Golden Summer. I assume that's why. I mean, Every Year After makes sense as a title too for the storyline, just for the book Every Summer After, but yeah, I assume it's because they're gonna show Charlie's story as well for One Golden Summer as the seasons go on. I don't actually know, but I'm really, really excited for that. If it's June now, I think it comes out in like a couple days. So I'm really excited for that. Honestly, I hope it doesn't disappoint. The Summer I Turned Pretty is a show that I did love watching for the scenery, and it puts you in such a summery mood. But the plot is just so bad. When it was going on, I liked being in the know. I get FOMO, but it's just not that good, in my opinion. Also, the whole Jeremiah Conrad thing, I really wanted Billy to choose none of them. If you see me watching the movie anyway, just know it's because FOMO. Like, I have to see what everyone's talking about. But that's one of the reasons that I'm really excited for every year after, because I feel like it could give me that same like vibe of the summer atmosphere that I love from The Summer I Turned Pretty, but probably a better plot that I would like just a plot that I personally would prefer. What I will say though, We Were Liars, I don't like that book like at all. I absolutely hated it, but that's my favorite show from all these little summer books. Like that's my favorite one, and I think that's getting a season 2. I don't know when it's coming out though, but I'm so excited for that. Like the little speck of mystery in there just keeps it so interesting, and they have the summer vibe, the summer atmosphere down packed as well. If you haven't seen We Were Liars, you should go watch that one. It's so much fun. Every summer after, every year after, so excited, so sad, love this. And next year, if Carly Fortune comes out with another book, I will be there once again. I started Other People's Summers yesterday, and I'm not really feeling it. I stopped in the middle of a chapter. Page 22. I don't really love the way this is written. Basically, it's about these two friends, Nicole and Millie, and Nicole is famous and Millie is not, and something happens in their friendship. We don't know why Nicole ghosted her, but she did. Obviously, I don't know why yet. I'm only on page 22. So she ghosted her, and Millie's like, she's such a bad friend. Like, she just disappeared from my life when I needed her the most, because she was also going through a divorce, and she was going through a lot, and Nicole just disappeared, ghosted her. And now she comes back and is like, I need your help. Can you come pick me up from this train station? And I need to stay with you for a while because I'm guessing there's some scandal in Nicole's famous world. All of that sounds really interesting, but I don't like the way that it's written. The first scene when Millie is in the parking lot waiting for Nicole to show up, she's like having so much inner monologue. And we learn like all of this that I just said was basically just from Millie's inner monologue of her sitting in the car, and I kind of don't like that. I don't know, I wish the scenes were played out differently, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love the way that it's being written, so maybe I'll come back to that later, but not loving it right now. Not feeling that right now. I was choosing to read between this and, wait, let me get it. Do I need to get up? Yeah, I was choosing between this and Spectacular Things. And when I can't decide between two books on my TBR, I always just go for what has been on my TBR longer. That's why I started that. But maybe I'll start this next. I know that it's about one of the girls do soccer, I think. I don't know. Do I want to read about soccer? We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to read next. I feel like when I'm coming off of a high, really good book, I need to sit with my thoughts. Just sit with it for a second. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite books of the year so far. It's been so gloomy, I kind of forgot for a second I was meant to be doing a summer vlog. I kind of been loving the weather though. Like, it's just not too extreme with the heat, and I like that. I thrive through that, but it's pretty much gonna be storming like all week. Also, my coffees just have not been hitting. I ran out of matcha and I'm craving a matcha. I don't have any, and matcha's so expensive. I don't want to buy any before I leave for my trip. Not that it's gonna expire, but I just don't want to buy a new one for just a little bit. It makes sense in my head, so I'm just gonna suffer with the coffee. My black tote that I use every day with literally every outfit, it's like ripping on the handle, and part of me wanted to figure out how to just like sew it together and fix it myself, like how to sew leather, but maybe I still will, honestly. That's why I got a new tote, and this is in leopard print, and to me, leopard print has become a neutral in my head. So now I'll have this one, and if I want to fix the black one, that I have options, but this is a neutral to me. And I feel like this is the perfect size as well. It's big enough to hold a book. And that's pretty much all I need when buying a bag. It fits everything that I could possibly need, even an umbrella, which I always forget, very useful in the summer. I remember one point in life, I would just never bring an umbrella anywhere or ever use one. I don't know why I used to find umbrellas embarrassing. I mean, sometimes I kind of don't care, like I will just walk in the rain. Like it's not that big of a deal, especially in summer when I won't get cold. But an umbrella is useful. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I put my journal in here. That's also useful. I put the hardcover book in here as well. If it can fit a hardcover, definitely can fit paperbacks, which is great. An umbrella, as I said, sunscreen, my little tripod, my keys, like just a bunch of other little things that I would need, and everything just fits very perfectly. I transferred everything from the other bag that was falling apart. I think it's cute. I love the way that it like drops. I don't know how well you can see. I like the way that it fits. So this is my bag of the summer. I was gonna read another book and put it in this vlog, but after reading Our Perfect Storm, I'm feeling a little bit slumpy, but like not even in the worst way. It's like that book was so good and I don't want to read anything else because it's not gonna live up to that one. Or I'm just like picking up other books and it's just like not giving me as great of a feeling. So I feel like I just need to rest for a second and then pick up another book when I'm ready. But Our Perfect Storm did that. It was so good. Anyway, this is the end of today's video. I'm gonna end it here and I will see you in the next one. If you liked this one, like and subscribe for more. And also if you got to this point in the video, I would love to know. So put any summary emoji in the comments and let me know what your summer plans are. I'm nosy again, would love to know. See you soon, bye.